The halo effect, a particular psychological phenomenon that creates a bias among people which allows an impression on one attribute of something influence other unrelated attributes. Sounds complicated? Stick with me here. The closest equivalent to this in our modern day society is looks. Ever notice the disparity in treatment between attractive and ugly people? They have all the money in their fingertips, have better social relationships, have lesser mental disorders, and generally have an easier life than others. This effect is especially prevalent in anime. Just look at all the main characters. Unless the show revolves around one's looks, you will find all of them to be absolutely fucking gorgeous. The better you can make a character look, the more that character will sell. It's simple. Now enter Lookism, where our protagonist Park Hyung Seok is short, obese, unattractive, appalling,
porky, hog, fat ass, double wide, butterball, those sorts of things, right?
Well, you get the idea. As you might have guessed, he's relentlessly bullied for his looks. His peers look down on him, treat him like trash, and in order to avoid the situation from escalating any further, he sucks up to their abuse without complaint. The anime really goes the extra mile to accentuate the repulsive and downright pathetic behavior of Hyung Seok. He tries coping with his problems by shifting the blame on others and running away from adversity. Eventually, this leads to him transferring schools in search of an escape, leaving behind his mother, the only person who cared for him, to fend for herself while simultaneously paying for his education. He soon figures out that reality is no different in another school and reaches the absolute end of himself when, with some twist of fate, he wakes up the next day looking like a K-pop idol, with his real body still asleep. We soon understand that he possesses both his original and another near perfect body, swapping between the two whenever he goes to sleep. I'll be honest, at first, this didn't have much going for it. A webtoon adaptation made by Netflix and animated by a South Korean studio I knew nothing of wasn't really a description that changed that opinion either. Looking at past webtoon adaptations, I figured this one would be no different. The main reason I watched it in the first place was to see how they could butcher another well-received webtoon into an anime. Safe to say, I was wrong, but for completely different reasons. The show's premise on its own is nothing special. In fact, it's just real life. What people don't get, however, is that real life can be extremely interesting because of one seemingly obvious yet overlooked factor: humans. The story is not driven by ridiculous plot armor or epic moments, but actual, real-world problems. Like it or not, humans are self-centered, selfish creatures. Why do you think ugly people are shunned in society? It's because they provide others no value. People can't pursue relationship goals, gain social status, opportunities, or any external benefits in interacting with them, can they? The benefits that come with being friends with hot people are simply inexistent. As a byproduct of this, people born with the short end of the stick are practically in the back foot at almost every endeavor. A regular person may try to relate, but it's just not possible. How is an average person meant to comprehend the struggles of being a bottom feeder their whole life? They won't understand how that person might feel unless they've been there themselves. You can't forcibly put someone in someone else's shoes, unless of course you can. Through anime. This concept of duality is what hooked me into Lookism. However, what kept me there was far from just that. Everyone, at least once in their life, has experienced some sort of bond to a singular piece of media. You know that feeling? That sensation you get during that one movie sequence, or that one chapter in a book that leaves you stumped for words. That one episode of anime that made tears roll down your face intuitively. It's a rare occasion that makes you experience emotions you never knew existed. It could be due to a distant memory that resurfaced, or a realization that prompts you to act in life. Whatever it may be, it felt special to you. That's exactly how I felt watching Lookism. There haven't been many animes that I could relate to in such a deep, personal level, but if there had to be one that takes the cake, it would be this. Don't get it twisted. I haven't been severely bullied or harassed past as a kid. In fact, it was fairly average. What connected to me and with many others was the outlook Hyung had on his past life. The mindset of running away, living in constant fear, and succumbing to his circumstances. A similar phase may have occurred in everyone's life, but for me particularly, all of Hyung's mannerisms hit real close to home. It was as if someone unlocked a door in my heart I didn't even know existed, and my feelings were left unchained. I observed the mentality from a different perspective for the first time and saw myself on the screen, coincidentally realizing how truly pitiful I looked back then. I'll make it clear for everyone here, most of you will not like this anime. At its core, it's a 7 out of 10 show at best, but the portrayal of the theme will make relatability for a few viewers inevitable. You see, everyone looks for second chances in life. They might have ruined their chances at success, had a major fuck up, or just felt like starting over from scratch. The reason doesn't matter. The important part is that chances don't come knocking twice. It's up to you if you want to grab hold or let it go. From this perspective, seeing Hyung Seok using his golden opportunity to better himself was incredibly interesting. He now possessed a unique power. He can perceive society from both the top and the bottom of the ladder. His life contrasted from being a perfect specimen of mankind, flawless in every way, to someone who is tormented for who he is on the outside, barely scraping the barrel to survive. The apparently concealed truth lay barren and raw, with the true nature of humans as we knew it brought to light. The mirage of lies and behavior of others who want a piece of the top falls flat, and he's able to sympathize with other genetically inept students. One such student in the anime that intrigued me the most was Duke. This kid who from the outside gets treated exactly like Hyung. However, there's a stark difference between the two. Duke does not run away because he values his dream over everything else. His dream of becoming a rapper. Many of us have had ridiculous dreams as a kid that gradually extinguish under the pressures and realistic view we develop as an adult. Those who actually do make their childhood dreams a reality either do it through plain luck or have serious skill backing up their words. However, when you're born with the worst possible genes for success, luck is no longer an option. All of a sudden, the same peak you aimed for as a kid becomes twice as high. Most people quit around this mark. They realize that this mammoth of a task is too huge to commit towards and pursue other more realistic goals. Even then, there's a small minority of people that double down on their dream, being too stubborn to leave having accomplished nothing. These people are the ones who go on to become legends of their craft. So when I saw Duke do exactly that, I couldn't help but root for him. He chooses to face the abuse head on thanks to his strong self-belief and pride. The anime sets him up almost as a catalyst to spark Hyung's switch. It opens his eyes to the endless possibilities available as long as you have the right resolve to change. Who gives a shit about good looks or popularity? The way Duke viewed it, once you're up on that stage, it's just you and the mic. Man, these are the shows that make me actively push aside the critic in me. The part of me that criticizes every nook and cranny of the show just did not belong in this viewing experience. I'm well aware of the bad CG present in some scenes, the exaggerated realities, and the occasional filler sequences in the anime, but the truth is that I don't really care. When it conveys the message of fighting for your ideals, working towards your dream despite poor circumstances, and accepting unfair disadvantages, no matter how corny it may sound, there's no room for pointless scrutiny and judgment. You can feel the passion the creator had when making this, getting conveyed through the medium of anime. Everyone can find at least something in this to relate with, and that alone makes it nothing short of a fucking spectacle. Because at the end of the day, both me and the production team behind this wonderful project can easily confirm the fact that no matter what your circumstances may be, as long as you keep moving forward, there will come a time where the only thing that matters is your passion, skill, and the work put in to achieve it. Well fucking done, guys.